else. So maybe they try and pick something else up for Swarb. We'll have to see here. Armor Project going to be on your blue side, so they will have first pick heading into our first phase of the ban and picks.
It's also perfect time for Win to bring out this substitute. This is a, like, you don't lose anything for even losing this map. So if you want to try out your jungler, you know, give him a bit of game time in the tournament, perfect time to do so here against Armor Project. Let's see what they decide to change to the draft phase. Now they're on the red side. You know what? If Armor Project don't ban Aatrox, they better damn pick it.
Or Win are just going to ban it.
Look at that Armor Project. See, Win, the 6-0 team in the LST. 6-0. Their final game to go perfect in the season. First ban Aatrox.
Big brain? No. Smart thinking?
I wonder.
Our project
I think Aatrox is a bit strong.
It's just a little strong.
Isn't he a bit strong, isn't he?
Hmm.
No, but your first ban must be strong, yeah.
I don't think you all understand how Angry Fish has got. We got Angry Fish. Not bigger fish, just Angry Fish. Zoe and Camille going to be banned out here by Armor Project against some more picks, as well as the Akali being
Oh, they
banned
didn't
out.
ban Syndra. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
if it actually comes out, it just destroys.
Oh
What
no!
if that actually just happens?
Here comes Syndra.
Niles gets banned out here by Win. What does Armor Project? All right, you got first pick on the table. What do you want to go with?
This is much better bans. Take away Shadows, Camille, and Akali, and take away Akali and Zoe away from our hedge. Like, that's much better banning. Much better. I don't mind this.
We're not going to get locked in here.
I would have liked Sivir. We're still 9.15. Sivir's still a very good first pick. But not bad. Renekton's still fine. I think there are a lot of other options you could have gone for. Elise is up. Olaf is open. You could have taken a priority jungle.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's probably going to... that can flex between Shadow and our hedge, so we'll have to see later in the draft where they go.
I'm pretty sure we've seen Shadow on the on-hit Nico before.
He's played on-hit and AD Nico.
I think his on-hit just turns into AD Nico. Because he gets so far ahead. He's like, we don't need to do on-hit. We could just
75 crit. Yeah.
We could just crit for days. So Nico being shown. Again, can be flaxed. Do see an Ezreal also getting locked in. I would have preferred the Sivir. We'll see where it goes. Ezreal there for some poke. Bit of a safe lane there too for their bot lane.
This is the time where if you're Armor Project, go, okay, Game is on Ezreal. All eggs in bot lane. Get a good strong bot lane duo and a great ganking jungler. Pick up Elise here. Heck, pick up Olaf and just throw down in the bot lane. Do it.
Xayah gonna get locked in. There's your Elise.
Now focus on the bottom lane. Sega's on Renekton. Although I don't think he has the skill matchup against Shadow here, he does have a good champion to sustain the top lane and be, you know, sufficient being isolated on his own. Now, throw your eggs in the bot lane basket. See if you can punish Kagame and what to just down bot side.
Yuumi, though, did make it through our first ban rotation.
Yeah, with Nautilus being banned here, it's a no-brainer. Pick up the Yuumi. Very few picks can go up against this. Pyke's still open. I'd expect a Pyke ban here against Armor Project. Don't think they want to allow them to get that strong champion as a decent lane against Yuumi Ezreal and just accelerates gold quite fast. But you could also take away control mages. Get rid of the Corki, Kiana if you want.
See the Rakan there, so getting rid of a bit of engage as well as that combo we saw.
Rakan's really good to Yuumi, but I think they just prioritize the Elise first. I would have just liked to see them just go Elise Rakan. I think the support here would have mattered a lot more. Just go Elise Rakan first rotation here from Armor Project, and then if they ban out the Xayah, play Kai'Sa instead, or Sivir. That'd be perfectly fine.
See here. Oh, Fiora drawing a ban.
Where's the Syndra ban?
Karma's banned out.
Where's Syndra ban?
You're very angry about
Yeah.
that Syndra ban.
Why'd you ban Syndra? Why?
I know exactly what to do during the in-houses now. Kenning going to be banned out. Just want to see that flex. Still that opportunity for Nico to go mid. Let's see here now. Ooh, Swarb. We're going to see possibly a Lee Sin come out from him. He's going to get locked in. So
Yeah.
a bit of a difference than what we saw him with Sejuani.
Something Libero has used to good success, and now we get to see a Swab has equally as strong mechanics and aggression that we see from Libero in the jungle. Could prove to be that Swab can play very aggressive as well. Why?
Why?
I just want to understand our project.
Why? Just go with an engaged support. You don't need Fiddlesticks. They're playing Fiddlesticks. Okay. Fish is currently contemplating.
Picking my words wisely.
Maybe
better
this
stuff.
is all a big bait.
Better start making sense.
Massive bait.
Okay, Corki makes the most sense for this composition. I mean, okay, they've got engage from Fiddlesticks, so level 6, they can all in bot lane a lot easier. Package from Corki, you can send 4 people down bot. There is potential here. It's just you're up against an Ezreal Yuumi. I don't think they really care about Fiddlesticks poke. Sai is not necessarily a poke champion. There are a lot better supports. Like, pick Alistar here. Alistar would have been great into this. You've got 3 squishy backlines. That's a solo lane Pike. That's a top lane Pike. Nico mid.
Baby.
Yeah, that's a top lane Pike. Nico mid.
They said if you're just not going to play the Pike, we'll just play it. Take it into a solo lane. All right. We're going to see our first, I think this is our first solo lane Pike of LST.
Strong champion. Pike is still very busted. He did get toned down to not be as effective as a top lane pick. But his natural gold generation from his ultimate, if he gets a kill, that's an additional kill, basically. So you get 2-3 kills on Pike, and it just accelerates the gold for your team significantly. Especially with how scrappy the LST is. If you can find some good mid-game fights, pick up 2-3 kills, you just accelerate the game so much more than it should be. I don't like the Fiddlesticks pick, but it could work out from a project. Let's see if they're able to punish the bot side.
See our first Pike here in the top lane as we load in for game 2. Hello. Fiddle, you okay there, bud? Forcing out a flash.
What are you doing, Potato?
I was wondering. I was like, no one's going in mid lane. No one's in the top lane in the cinematic, and then we just see this Fiddlesticks running for his life in bot lane.
What are you doing? You now have no flash. Hello?
Well, he wasn't going to use flash until probably level 6 anyway.
But now your flash Q is gone. You can't flash Q anymore. Okay.
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 So not the start Armored Project was looking for. As Potato, like we've seen, now flashless. That's a hail of blades, Pike. All right.
It's an aggressive Pike. Shadow's a leash. He doesn't even fake. Oh, he might have faked leash, just taking no damage from it. So they might think that it's a top side start for this Lee Sin.
See if any pings come out here. Be paying pretty close attention here toward this top lane.
Yeah, when Renekton's Q's down, he can go for a good attack. Hail of Blades. Good damage.
Yeah, I guess early on that would hurt quite a bit, especially if you get the slow on the Q.
The other thing is he just has such good regeneration. Every time he takes a trade against Sega, he can just pop into the bush and regen a lot of that hit points, a lot of his hit points.
You are going against Renekton, though. He's got a decent amount of regen himself.
Yeah. And this should be an okay matchup for Renekton. I don't think Sega will be too phased about the unorthodox pick.
Just more or less keeping himself above execution range when he hits that level 6. And even then, he could bait out the execute by popping his ultimate if both of them are pretty low and Shadow tries to go for the execution.
That was one of the big changes to top lane Pyke, forcing his ultimate to be an execute instead of raw damage. Just means now you can't use it just to burst out a chunk of people. You have to execute instead.
Oh, see Swarp here. He's going to be spotted. Alves, but hello. Ooh, able to dodge away. Alves actually steals it away. Swarp is forced to force a flash, and Alves, once again, Alves has been trying his darndest here for Armor Project.
Alva's having such a good split.
Ooh.
Just out of stun. Just out of tower range there. Really nicely done.
Just juking in a little bit. They're trying to keep track of Shadow so he doesn't just regen immediately, and that's going to force him.
The benefit for Shadow here is that wave didn't hit the turret. So it's taken them a long time to get within turret range. Now teleport's coming up.
Ah, there we go. Stun is going to land. Cocoon is not going to follow through. Shadow tries to flash away, holding on for as long as he can. And Alves, he can't finish off the kill. And oh no, first blood going on over to the Nico from the teleport.
So well played coming out from Shadow, knowing that he had to get away from that turret to stop the damage that would come out from Elise and Renekton at the same time. Forces the flash from Sega. No reason for Elise to go back in there. Now
Sega
in
this
trouble.
far. Oh, gets
Double
in
dash.
behind the minions, so gets back to safety.
Good teleport from Arhedge as well. Gets up there to protect his top laner. So Win got pressured a little bit, but they capitalized on it quite nicely. And there's one thing he did well, which was he kept the minion wave off his turret, which means if Sega and Alves wanted to dive this Pyke, they would have had to take 2 extra turret hits to make it happen. So they can't get in position before they start the fight itself. So well played from Shadow, keeping it off his turret, making it much more difficult and giving them time for both Swarb as well as Arhedge to get up to the top.
Oh, Alves, where are you going here? Swarb jumps in. You got the repel. That's going to force out a flash from the Elise. Shadow's looking to hunt, but he doesn't have the execute just yet. A little bit early here, so we still see a tussle, but that's going to be a flash down on the Elise, down to board bot lane. White Wing stepping up pretty far here. And some decent damage.
Here's that play again. Shadow kept the minion wave off his turrets. You see the range minions not taking damage. So if Alves or Sega wanted to walk up here, they would take 2 turret shots getting in position. So that entire time gives Arhedge enough time to go, okay, I can teleport top. The whole time Swab's walking over. Shadow dashes away from the turret to make sure he's not in range of Elise, then flashes back in. Alves here should have realized that he was done. Like, he couldn't go back in for that one. Shadow just had way too many hit points.
And on top of that, too, if Alves was, like, a couple more units closer, Shadow would have actually not got the regen because he was invisible during that point. If he was just a little bit closer, would have prevented the regen and might have actually been able to get the kill. But again, you're taking at least a 1-for-1 trade at that point, at best. Let's see here, Shadow being pressured back off the tower as Sega does hit level 6 first, so they'll get a turret plate for their efforts.
Yeah, but Shadow doesn't care. Like 10 CS, that's okay. He's just going to wait until he hits level 6 and then decide to start trying to skirmish again. He's doing the right thing. He's sacrificing his CS in order to get experience from the lane itself. Not doing well in this top lane. Sega on this Renekton pick is farming up a Storm. So a struggle at best at the moment for Shadow.
Again, though, like we mentioned, once the Pyke doesn't really come online until you have this level 6, as we see already Shadow searching, looking for possible plays, trying to get that vision down. Because especially if he's out of lane, then, you know, Henry always has to think, oh, you know, there could be a Pyke nearby, and they could just go for a big burst on top of me. We could even see it just now as Shadow's positioned himself toward the mid lane. And Arhedge flashing forward. Pop Blossom's also going to come out, and Henry is just tucked down. Beautiful play.
There you go. That's the first kill coming out for Shadow. It's going to be able to give some gold over towards Nico. You look at the items, you can see the cut that was just used there. Accelerating the gold lead. That's normally a 400 or 500 gold play and translated into 1,000 gold.
There you go. Shadow's happy. He's done his job. Minion Wave is going to come onto his tower too, and Sega now has to wait for him. And that early aggression we've seen from our project hasn't translated to anything. If anything, now it's a 1,000 gold decifit. Ooh. And Swarm's going to start up the Infernal as well.
Yeah, this will be controlled easy. Alves is on the top side of his jungle, nowhere close to this Infernal, so they're not even going to be able to contest. Sarhedge pushed out mid lane. Yumi's already grouped off to help with this dragon, so giving away the Infernal. Good dragon to pick up here for win, especially with characters like Pyke on your team. They're going to benefit so much from it, seeing that they don't get hit points, or he doesn't get hit points, just converts all into damage.
And now immediately Shadow jumps in. Sega able to avoid the stun.
Shadow hurts.
He's got the 2 early longswords.
He can't go into an extended fight against Renekton, but he sure can poke him out with the Hail of Blades.
What? Two Lee Sins? What? Swarb going to start up his red buff. We saw Alves maybe looking for a steal. Is spotted up toward the top lane. Level 6 is hit, so he does have the Dragon's Rage. Shadow able to sidestep there. Gets a nice hook back, but Lee Sin not close enough to really apply for any type of kill threat. As Sega's going to try and push that way back and toward the tower, and Shadow's happy just soaking it up. Take a look down toward the bot lane here. We got White Wing and Potato. Only just a wave ahead at this point. Potato's taking a decent chunk of damage. You gotta be a little bit careful. Pew. A little low mana on that Ezreal, but they'll be able to soak up that wave. At least for this time around for Armor Project, the game hasn't necessarily spiraled out of control. But I think it's because Win just haven't been really proactive yet.
No, the game definitely hasn't spiraled out of control, but they're not in a position to try and get a big advantage for themselves. What the heck is that?
That recall is just...
What is that?
That's a giant recall. He's got like a snake thing, like as his like...
What?
Project, yeah. That just looks like... Well, looks a little disturbing.
I don't understand what I just saw.
Alves?
So nice from Shadow. Just understands I can't stay around here. If they're going to come up for the dive, I need to be halfway between here and the base. But I don't think he knows Henry's here too.
Henry's going to show. Shadow going to get knocked back. He can, though, try and go for this play. Swarm is nearby. He gets back to safety. Meanwhile, here comes that Nico getting themselves a quick slow. Trying to find 3 members. Only finds 1 with the Blossom. Shadow tries to go for an engage. Going to get stunned up immediately. Shadow's not able to connect onto the execute. But what the Jess and Co have now arrived to the party. And they turn it around with the final chapter as the kill goes over towards Swarb. And now Alves running for his life. But here comes Crows in return. Potato wants to try and turn back the fight. And Swarb going to get taken down. They're not able to trade back on to the Elise as Alves survives with less than 200 health. Shadow, Henry getting aggressive here, wants to try and find the play. Over the wall, is he going to see it? No, and now Shadow can turn this one back around. Prowling Projectile does connect. Does force Alves, True Shot Barrage, a little late to the party.
Yeah, they need to hold on to that True Shot Barrage or use it a little bit earlier there. Scrappy fight, 1-for-1 trade at the end of the day. Armor Project be pretty happy about that. They didn't get wiped, didn't take too many casualties. Almost able to take more against Win. Finally, first Crow Storm be used by Potato as well. Not the best, but was able to help with the disengage.
And a little early, not a whole lot of damage packed in that. He only got the base level 1. But with that, things are going to calm back down for a minute or two, and it's only 1,000 gold lead here for Win. So, our projects, they still have a horse in this race.
Yeah, you get him, Shadow.
I think the big difference here, Swarb has been he's been very reactionary in his Lee Sin style. He's only arriving. He's not going super aggressive. He's there in case there's going to be a dive. He's not there to make a dive happen.
Which is not bad. It's just different styles of jungling. I do like Libero's aggressive style more for the way Win play. But Swords not having a hard time so far.
See here. Gonna continue with the scuttle control. Henry gotta be a little bit careful. He's just gonna Valkyrie away.
Couldn't decide what they wanted. Did they want Scuttle or to clear out the ward? Settle for Scuttle eventually.
Scuttle gets you gold, gets you vision. Got ward coverage too toward the Rift Herald, so Alves can't really reply. He's actually down here. He gets spotted out. Probably projectile going to come out. Cocoon, though, is going to land a return. Shadow's looking for a play here. Flash ward coming out from Swarb. That's going to force at least the repel coming out. Pop Blossom. Ooh, Orange, that was a little far away from your target. That's going to force out a teleport, though, from White Wing, who's being very defensive.
White Wing teleporting over means that Ezreal's now going to push a full wave in towards this turret, get some good poke on towards the tower itself. Deny some CS away from White Wing eventually. Arhead transforming into Shadow, being a little bit menacing, but it does come up in time for the second Infernal. Remember, Win already took the first one. Stacking these Infernals is going to be good. Especially again with champions like Pyke being picked up, Lee Sin. All these characters that rely heavily on a single stat. Infernal Dragon's going to buff it up quite nicely.
Nicely done here. They stay at about a 1,500 gold lead. Shadow, though, hunting from the side here. Goes a little early. Has those boots completed.
Yeah, just keeps rotating around the map. Can't do too much in his lane, so he just keeps going over.
Meets Sega here. Slows him with fruit. A tactical fruit. Still get himself back into the lane. We'll take a look at the turret plates here. Only one extra one captured here by Win.
Such a much slower game, though. Armor Project happy to try and take this one to the mid game. Win hold on to a small lead. You have to say, late game does look very promising for Armor Project. No real frontline threat coming out from Win. Pyke and Lee Sin will spike quite heavily in the mid game.
Oh, how much are you going to force here? True Shot Barrage coming out. Oh! Shadow steals it with the Q. Final chapter going to connect here onto two members, and Swarp comes nearby. And he'll take down Potato. Shadow going low here, gets himself another Q, and gets the execute onto Sega. And the Pyke is able to strike.
Gets the execute, gets another cut for his teammates! What the GS?
Prowlin finds its target, and that's going to be 3 kills and the Rift Herald going in favor of Win.
Meow, meow, baby. What the Jess comes in with the snipe at the very end. Lots of kills going the way of Win. They even sniped off the Rift Herald, which, by the way, Shadow has picked up for himself. Captain Jack Shadow with the steal. Unbelievable.
He also survived through that, too.
Yep.
Woo!
That's insane. They've even set up mid lane turret to be knocked down. And that's the plummet. That's the 3,000 gold lead when needed.
That's
with
the
this,
trench. With
this double Infernal as well, they can start to press for even more. This turret's going to fall.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness.
They can't stand there. Potato.
Woo!
You see Ezreal right now? He's going
He's
Super
Saiyan.
Saiyan. You can't be there.
Go!
Alves.
One
True Shot
more.
Barrage. Oh, it doesn't connect onto Potato. Yeah, no, Ezreal, he's hit his anime power spike at this point, and it's going to force out the Featherstorm. Oh, they connect! Final chapter with the final wave from the Yuumi. And oh no, it's just falling apart. It gets bad to worse here for Armor Project.
I've given Kagame a lot of shit for his Ezreal play. But this is so much better coming up from Kagame. Not just on this Ezreal, but this series alone. Night and day performance in comparison to the past 6 weeks. So night and day. Much better coming up from Kagame.
And we said, you know, game was close. Give it 3 minutes, and Win have found themselves almost a 7,000 gold lead, and they still have Rift Herald in pocket.
Yep. Still holding on to that one is Shadow. Mikhail's Crucible, first item being picked up here by What the Jest, so trying to provide some extra anti-CC support.
So it goes down, he's like, okay.
Hey, they do need to start pressing a little bit more here, Win, because they are 6,000 gold ahead. However, they don't scale as well as the Armor Project lineup does, so they'd like to, you know, push that to 8, 10,000 gold, making it so that for the next 20 minutes, Armor Project can't fight them fairly. If not, they will
Oh
just
no.
lose.
Look at the
Here they
speed.
come.
Here comes the
Speed
kitty.
Racer. Oh, you got a,
Oh,
you
jeez,
got
that's,
a spider.
that's just a massive chunk. Woo! True Shot Barrage finding 3 targets too.
Where'd your health bars go?
That's what happens when you get yourself a Trinity Force and 2 Infernals. With your Muramana. Shadow's going to go back up toward the top lane. Also has some nice wave clear now with that Tiamat, so it makes it so it's pretty easy for him to push back waves. Actually, our edge up in the top lane. Shadow still stays bot. I think he is channeling the Rift Herald now.
It's just so hard because if you were Armor Project, now's your time to fight. Spear of Sojin complete for Sega. He could try and get in there with some good damage. Essence
Shadow.
Reaver Zeal complete. Essence Reaver and Zeal complete for the side of Zaya. 24 Sock Boots online for Corki. And with your Fiddlesticks having his ultimate available, now would be the time to fight. But they're so far behind. It's double items being picked up by Ezreal. Mikhail's already being picked up here by What the Jess. 1.5 items being picked up by Shadow. Double items in the mid lane too.
Shadow looking for the execute. Shelly's going to go down before she gets another charge. Like you mentioned, though, you still have this Ezreal pushing in the mid lane. With that Trinity Force completed, he's going to chunk that tower if he gets close enough. Luckily, they got White Wing clearing it out, but third Infernal Dragon of the game here, Fish. Going over, likely to win now.
Yeah, look. RNG not on Armor Project's side today. This is definitely a win-biased map. 3 Infernals back-to-back, which Swarb has controlled all 3 of. 5 minutes to our next straight. It's going to be a Mountain Drake. Oh, that's brutal. What's the percentage on 3 dragons?
You get 25, so yeah, it's like 8%, roughly. So you go 25, 12, so it's about 7% to get 3 back to
dragon?
back.
No, sorry. What's the percentage increase on damage it gives?
Oh, yeah, you look at, I think now it's 8, 16, 24%.
24% extra armor, magic, AP and AD.
It's yeah. It's is it damage or is
disgusting.
it stat boost? I think it's
It's
the stat
stat
boost.
boost, but
Yeah. Shadow.
look, there is one player on this team that cares about that stat boost a lot, and that's Shadow, because all his health gets converted into damage too. So he's just going to be boosting his stats.
Oh, jeez. Alves. Oh, our edge. Again, the Pop Blossoms haven't been on target, but I don't think it matters when the rest of the team is able to make up for that. So they find themselves the kill on Potato once again, and the Fiddlesticks is going to be sent back to the field. Sitting back as a scarecrow.
It's almost an 8,000 gold lead now for the side of Win with 3 Infernal Dragons. But this game is looking dicey for Armor Project. This will be the second time they'd want to really fight. If they had the gold lead, you know, a little bit less than what it is now, they'd be able to package it and look for a fight. This was Shadow just getting caught out by White Wing. Really nice play. Just very simple. That's all you need to do sometimes. Just catch a pirate walking around the rift. You say, ahoy, matey. No more rum for you. And you just kill him. Shank him. You're dead.
Says the bird person. Okay.
She throws shanks, not feathers.
Jeez. That'd be a nice Bilgewater like Zaya skin.
Shank water.
You really want to go with that, don't you?
Yeah.
Fish, I'm giving you prime skin opportunities to sell back.
Nah.
That's okay. Okay, I see how it is. He also got now Black Cleaver completed here as well for Swarb, so he's going to help shred away some of that armor before the armor pen even comes online into those fights for Shadow. Yeah, Shadow and Swarb are just a lethal combo now.
Let's see how much AD he has.
Well, you know, the Ezreal almost has 300 AD at the moment.
Jeez.
That is likely with the Yuumi on him. Actually, no, Yuumi's on Swarb right now. That's just raw 300 AD almost for Ezreal.
280 now, level up.
Yeah. He might have a red... No, he doesn't even have a red pot.
It's disgusting.
He's got a lot of damage. And Alves, what are you doing there, bud? because they can just jump on you, and whoo, he gets to safety. Final chapter, not going to land. But that is going to be the flash blown. And let's see, our Edge going for the flank here, and oh my goodness, Potato just gets sent home. And now they jump right back on top of Alves. He's going to get executed. They're jumping in underneath towers. They take down Sega. Without a front line, next minion wave pushing, this should be the inhibitor.
Yeah, this is pretty disgusting. We're going to continue pushing through. White Wing, where did your hit points go?
Ooh! Able to dodge away from the resonating strike. Henry now steps up to the table, but that inhibitor tower is long gone. And the inhibitor shall follow as they're able to crack open the base here before 23 minutes.
That's disgusting. Baron's online, they could go for that. Said they're choosing to go for red buffs instead. They're just way too far ahead. I just don't realistically see a way for Armor Prod to come back into this besides a few miracle fights.
Henry, I wouldn't chase that Pike much longer. That's such a giant recall.
It's a weird recall.
It's his snake.
It's a weird recall, I'm sorry. Recall's just weird.
It's his big snake, all right?
No, we don't want to see his big snake overall, okay?
I don't know. It's all techie and spooky.
I don't want his robot big snake.
Oh, he also got a Dust Blade now completed. That Ghost Blade.
The raw AD on Pike, I'd like to see how much damage he does. Even Nico is 97 damage. That's how much this Infernal's giving an AP Nico. 340 ability power as well. It's pretty disgusting. I don't think Infernal gives 8% per stack. I think it's something like 4. I think they're at 12% from the 3 Infernals.
No, they made Infernal much more impactful. That's why you're seeing such big totals.
I'll go check. I don't think it's as high as I remember.
It used to be higher. On release, Infernal was like 10% a stack. Let's see here, Shadow, what the Jazz, they're going to show themselves. Henry, whoo, gets back to safety. Able to avoid it with the flash. Oh, jeez.
Missing ping came out instantly.
They're like, guys, what? What's the damage?
Look at Kagame, he's just
woo!
going.
Final chapter 2, Potato, he goes in, and he gets taken down. There's no follow-up from the team when they're all starting to die. Sega.
Why is Kagame going home? Game's over, boys and girls.
Yeah, that's game. That's game. That ain't looking too good here at the moment.
This is just a shellacking. Win, not even mucking around.
Oh, what? Whoo!
Literally.
Shadow! They're styling at this point. That's the ace from Win. A 14,000 gold lead. Both Nexus Towers going to fall. That's going to be game 2 going in favor here of Win as they're able to complete an undefeated summer split as far as match score goes as they head into now the playoffs. First place with a bye and also picking up KD as they just are taking down everyone. There you go, 2-21 is your final kill score.
Yeah, they just turned that NBA game into a half-court street-side match. Like, that was just, whoa.
You know, they're just passing it over to Shadow. Dunk. Just finishing.
It's not how you dunk.
I know, it's not the dunk. He dunks in-game, but he's shooting threes.
No. Stop. Don't do sports references ever again. Go banned.
I'm banned?
That was disgusting. That was just a complete demolishment of Armor Project, especially in Game 2. That was just, they just picked what they wanted to style the most, and they did. I mean, that's the breakdown of that game. Win were just too strong. I mean, Sega tried to control them in the lane itself, but again, you don't get anything from it. Armor Project get these small advantages, but then they don't know what the heck they're meant to do with it. Like, you're up 20 CS in top lane. What's next, buddy? What's next?
They're like, guys, what are we doing?
But still, signs of life from Win. This was always going to be a very brutal game for them to play. Win are just very dominant right now. But if they can learn anything from this match is that they played the first match very, very well for the first 5 minutes.
And if they can come in with a plan against Axis, there's a solid chance.
They come in with a similar draft they had in Game 2 and the plan they had in Game 1 and put them together. They might have a good chance against Sax. It's still going to be uphill battle, but they at least have a chance.
Yeah. So it's nicely done there by Win. Coming in now, they're undefeated for summer as they head into playoffs now. So mirroring what we saw of Mega in spring. And this is the, this is the steal.
Oh, this is Captain Jack Shadow. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, 51 health!
This gets him. Perfect time. He even goes back in to just take this.
He's
and
like,
I think they've got him.
mine.
But just watch Sega's health bar just disappear. Boom.
Boom.
Just gone. Like, it was just absolute disaster of a play. And Kagame just on form today, by the way. Just sees that, delivers what the Jess further to get that. Flashes in just to make sure the Prowling projectile goes through. I don't know, Kagame had a very good game today. I was very happy with his performance on Ezreal because normally it's quite lackluster. Guess who's getting MVP?
Who are you giving him?
It's going to go to Shadow, but it should go to Kagame.
Oh, the damage total is there.
No, Kagame had a very good match.
Yeah.
He was able to obliterate multiple players. Played Ezreal very well there. Or, you know, even what the Jess should get it. Yuumi play was very sick, especially in the mid and early game. But you know what? Shadow's going to get it because he's playing Pyke. And they're going to be like, unconventional pick that did well. Pyke.
Show it.
Yes!
Hooray!
They did it! They saw past the unconventional pick of Pyke. He gave it to What the Chess. I'm happy about that. He had a very good game.
18 KDA on the Yuumi there, 85% kill participation, and you know, he was also pretty lethal with those Prowling projectiles.
What the Chess deserved it. He had a very good match there on Yuumi.
That's what happens when the Yuumi gets 3 Infernal Drakes.
Yeah.
They had a really nice roll of Drakes too in that game.
We have a few really good Yuumi players in the LST. Pop's a fantastic Yuumi player. What the Jess plays it very well. So, very good play. I'm happy to see What the Jess get the spotlight because he's been a very strong support from Thailand from a very long time. And I'm happy that he's found a role in the Win lineup because that's a team that has been doing very well. Hopefully he's going to be able to do better coming into playoffs undefeated. They want to try and continue the undefeated streak if they want to go to Worlds. They actually have to.
Yeah.
They have to be undefeated in order to go to Worlds now. Can't drop any more games after this.
Yeah, can't really drop anymore. So nicely done there by Win. So they go 7-0. Now we get to our next series of coming up here.
This next series is actually a good one. First seed from Thailand against the second seed from Thailand. Mega taking on Detonator. It's going to be a good match. Fun match to watch. Mega are pretty much locked in, but there could be an upset potential coming up from Detonator here today, causing a few way ties. So let's see.
We'll see how it goes. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and then we'll get right into that next series.